Hello. I am taking a little respite care, and I've told a lot of you that I'm caring for somebody who is dying and caring for somebody who's just come into the world. And it's pretty powerful. I'm learning from both of these special beings in my life. And as a caretaker, you need respite care. So I hope a lot of you are doing that, because I have a feeling that a lot of people are caring for those that are dying. I mean, it's great to talk about the ones that are coming into the world, but I want to talk about death and dying. And if you are someone caring for someone who is dying, some people refer to people like that as death doulas. So there's a doula to help you come here, and there's a doula to help you leave. In fact, my great-grandmother was a doula, a birth doula. And in my 30 plus years of nursing, I have helped a lot of people, comforting them and talking them out of the world. And just letting them know that I'm here. I'm here with you, and you have no need to fear. And that's been my just with everything. So I want to share more about it. And I do appreciate your feedback. Hello again. So I'm at the river, came to the river for the respite that I need. And the river's nice. It's like a babbling river, as I'm babbling with you right now, like a babbling brook. So, again, talking about the subject of death and dying, and caring for someone who is dying, if you are a death doula. Again, make sure you have respite time, or if you're caregiving even a baby, you need respite time. It's very important so you can charge yourself up. And I've been helping my family understand this process, because if you're not used to it, it can be overwhelming. I get it. I'm really patient with those that need education in my family about the dying process, and some are able to handle it differently. I can compartmentalize just because I've been a nurse so long. I don't think compartment, you know what I'm saying, compartmental, why am I having trouble? Sorry. You know what I'm talking about. It's not good to do. But nurses have to do it, because a lot of times you have to care for people that are maybe not the best people in the world. You know, not everybody's lovable, but we're called to love the unlovable. And it's really a challenge. Sorry for moving the camera around. I want to just say this. I have a few notes because I've been writing. You know how I write a lot. And it's probably really good to journal when you are caring for somebody who is dying. Especially if they're important, like what am I saying? Everybody's important, but I'm saying really important, like a patriarch of your family. Some of that's heavy duty stuff. And the important thing is to allow people to express themselves, because that's something that even caretakers and family members who are witnessing someone dying, they may not want to talk about uncomfortable things. Okay, for example, if, say, a man has other children who are outside of the marriage, and there are issues with paternity things. Some of these things can come up. You would be surprised. Okay, I've seen things. I could write a book. You know, you're taking care of a man. I'm not trying to come down on men, but I'm just saying, you take care of men, and then you see the mistress coming in at a certain time. She's leaving, then the wife is coming in. It gets complicated. But in spite of what a caretaker learns about a person that they're caring for, in spite of all that, you have to put aside some of your judgments when you're caring for somebody. And prime example, some of the people that caretakers care for may be racist. I know that's a touchy subject, but yeah, it's ironic that you would have to care for somebody who actually hates you because of the color of your skin. But that has happened, and I believe in God. Of course, I am a God-fearing child of God, and people that get humbled, and hear me out, people that get humbled at the end, let me tell you, it's not easy to witness that. Also, if you're somebody who, for instance, you haven't lived, I'll say, until you've had to give a drink of water to your enemy. I don't know if anybody's been put in a position like that, but let me tell you, that is a powerful lesson on both ends. If you had to show mercy to an enemy, to a sworn enemy, and you are watching them, you are not going to kick them when they're down, I hope. So, just aside from that, another issue, I wrote a note about that, is vindication. Vindication doesn't feel how you might think it will feel. You might not be celebrating and dancing in the streets when you are vindicated. Because, you know how people say, do you want to be right more than do you want peace? A lot of people are experiencing vindication right now. And how are you handling that? Are you gloating? I don't know. I'm not trying to judge you, but if you know what I'm talking about, please drop some comments, because that's something I'm learning, that vindication doesn't feel like a party, nothing to celebrate. In fact, it's a humbling thing when you are vindicated. And vindication is happening. This is a season of vindication, because people have to choose sides now. There's no gray middle, okay? You have to choose sides, because at this time, as I have been talking to my family about the angel of death, the angel of death is among us in a way that I've never, in my years on this earth, have never witnessed. And the angel of death is visiting. And some people, it may happen suddenly, but when a person is allowed to have time, that their death is slow, just help them with processing and be open and trusting that they can tell you what they need. Because some people need to make things right with other people. So you may need to summon someone. You may need to do research, like I said earlier. You may need to do a little research and find a child out there who was abandoned. Are you willing to do these things? Because that might be what you're called upon to do. And the main thing is, people have to be at peace and comfort with the decisions that they made. We live in a time right now, in these end times, and I mean when I say that, we are ending a whole cycle. We are witnessing the ending. And we are emerging into the kingdom of the creator of all of this. His kingdom is coming. But the thing about his kingdom coming, I'm getting off track, it is like a gradual, it is an incremental thing. Now, some people want the cataclysmic ending. I right now am questioning, all of this is just based on my thoughts. I'm no expert on life and all of this stuff. I've just lived life. I share my experiences, and I love to get your feedback and learn from you. This is, I hope, an exchange. And if you're new to the content and you're finding me, I want to thank the good brother, Mr. Blanchard. I am looking forward to a live stream with you. And I'm looking for collaboration with a few of you. You know, we have Kanita. I'm looking forward to setting something up with her and a Lady Bomber's thoughts. Excuse me, some of the things flying. I'm looking forward to these things. So He is Blanchard has been covering some subjects. We just have a lot in common. And I'm so thankful for anybody who's just finding the content through him. Thank you so much. I hope I can bring you content that you'll like. I want to do more live streams. So looking forward to that. As I'm helping, as I said, someone transition out of the world and also taking care of someone who's coming into the world. I'll talk about that more. Have someone else that came into the world recently, but other souls coming into the world through our family. And it is, again, it is a humbling thing. It's a master class. And I want to share more about it as I share more content. But mainly listening to people is the important thing. Making sure someone's comfortable. If they've chosen to not go the route of all this hospital stuff, if they want to have a home death, like some people have a home birth, it's hospice care, palliative care, comfort care with dignity. And the respite is needed for the caretaker. So we'll talk about respite and things like that. Sabbaticals, that's a word that's not used often, but some of you might want to look into a sabbatical when that time comes in your life, if you have the need to do that, to heal yourself. Just keep it as a suggestion. So I want to cover some more ground with this at another time. I'm putting together right now something that's dealing with the white savior complex. Yes, okay, to my white brethren and sisterin. You know how we roll. We talk race and we do it courageously. So I want to deal with the white savior complex. And it's in relation to the affirmative action decision that was just handed down in the Supreme Court. So I want to just contrast and compare some things. You know, I like to jump back in history, so I'll be doing that as well. Today I'm dressed like an art teacher. Can you just see me here? Look at the shoes. Can you see those shoes? Wait a minute, let me see. Can you get a good view of the shoes there? Okay, these shoes, they are, get a good view there. The bottoms of them are tires. You see that? And they're like a moccasin I got from Ethiopia. And the Ethiopians are so amazing. I want to talk about the way that they honor the earth very soon. So that's something I'm bookmarking. And these shoes are a prime example of that. These shoes represent how they honor the earth, and they do conservation. Look at me in the words today. Conservation, and they recycle. A lot of people don't know that about the Ethiopians. You'll know that if you visit a city like Addis Ababa. You will learn how very committed to being a good steward of the earth that the Ethiopians are. So that's for another time. I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and I will continue to listen to the babbling of the river. Thank you for listening to my babbling. See ya.